Then what is the most common mistake you see first-time investors make?
I think investors don't understand the investment vehicles they invest in. So it comes about misunderstanding the investment, and why I say that is you have to understand exactly in what you are investing, because if you don't have an idea, then how are you going to what can the outcome be if you don't know what you're investing at the end of the day?
So you would say it's easy to lose money in investments, especially when you're not educated or haven't done enough research on it.
Yeah, definitely so. And the other thing is, but again, it comes down to the first question of being informed enough to make the decision. But remember also, when it comes down to the investments, it's also about chasing performance. And sometimes you're chasing previous year's performance instead of current performance and future performance. So I'll give you an example, and obviously we can't mention any names, but there's a specific fund that I'm thinking about now that done a few years ago. The fund done 65% in the 1 year. Okay, obviously it's good and well if you draw up a fund fact sheet. So if you draw up the sheet where the fund's details are on in terms of performance, the benchmarks, and the expense ratios, all of that. So this fund done a 65% return. The following year, he done 9% return. The following year, he done a minus 27% return for the year. So if you were chasing performance and you saw this fund after year one, geez, 65%, there's a lot of people that actually then chase it and then put money in this because, I mean, the fund done 65% last year, why can't he do it again? Then some of them that came late to the party invested, but they only got a portion of that 9% because that was the yearly performance. But if people thought, okay, you know what, I want to actually invest more than what I can afford in there, and they've done so, and they rode the cycle, they ended up with minus 27% in the following year. So it just shows you, and in that case, if a guy only came to the party beginning of the year when the market, when that specific fund deteriorated 27%, you would have lost 27% of your capital. And remember, this is another thing that you have to understand, and we'll maybe elaborate a bit on this further. If your investment loses 10%, you have to get 11% to make up, to break even.
Yeah.
Simple example would also be, and maybe this will apply more to the audience, is that if you lose 50% of your investment, you don't only need to make 50% to get back to where you were at, to break even. You have to then make 100% of your investment. So remember, if you invest and lose 50%, you have to make 100% on that money again to make up the 50% that you lost. And people don't understand that, and that's very important, because if you do invest in cycles where the market goes down and down and down, and you're only investing as a once-off, just take note that if you're already investing in when the market, just before the market tanked, you have to get much more than that back in order to break even.